Hello.
Oh, hi.
How are you?
I'm here. I'm full.
Full. So do you do like leftovers today then?
No.
Oh,
No,
okay.
I'm not touching that stuff today.
Because
No. So hi everyone in the chat.
MaskedBandit's with us, folks. John's come for a little chat for a while. I didn't put you on like the running order because you were like, I might get to you, I might not. So
It all depends on the children's schedule, and they are cooperating. So yeah, I'm here.
Good stuff. You're a bit of a surprise for some people today. Yeah, because back in the UK, like after we don't really have a Thanksgiving, but after Christmas, it's like turkey sandwiches, turkey curry, turkey anything, turkey for like soup. A week. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Johnny's super quiet. Okay, hold on.
Oh. I can always turn myself up too.
I think I can do it. Hold on.
I'll leave it to you.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. It's only because I had S, Dan, and Beyond Drew on before, bawling out like they do. Especially S down with his southern drawl, just like, howdy y'all.
That's a pretty good impression.
I thought it wasn't too bad. You know what? As it came out my mouth, I was like, oh, that's pretty good.
That's great. Now you are on quite the delay for me because I'm watching your stream on mute. But you're
okay, yeah. So it's better be about 30 seconds, I reckon.
Mm-hmm. That's usually what it is. Yeah.
So I could do this, and you don't get it till later.
Uh-oh.
Let's take a drink. So I'm just gonna carry on doing a little bit of foliage work here in Nuna while we're chatting, then, if that's okay.
Yeah.
But so how's it going? Are you into the zoo thing?
Oh, hardcore. Much zoo. Yes, all the zoo.
Because we were chatting, we mentioned you before, actually. S-Dan was like, so who are you watching, like who are we watching, who are we enjoying? And obviously I said yourself. Mm-hmm. And I said, but to be honest, it was a bit touch and go earlier on. Like, you kind of struggled to find your vibe with this one, right? To start off with?
Yeah, it really did. And it all... the pressure was on from the first day it came out because we were going to do a Bro Coaster the very first day it came out.
Yeah.
And it was really hard because I was having the X-Bug issue and the lack of recolorability and just having your part list cut down so drastically to where Planet Coaster is. And not knowing where anything is at or not knowing where, what pieces you can use for what. Like, we got so good at using pieces for different things.
Yeah, and you've got like I personally had like a bit of a toolkit, like I like 20 or 30 pieces in my head. Like I knew exactly how and where to find a small plank. I knew exactly where to find a metal bar, that kind of thing,
Right.
Yeah.
And so then to not have that in my back pocket and then to try and create something, 1, for a video, 2, for Bro Coaster, which kind of has a it has a reputation already.
A standard that it needs to kind of keep, right? I mean, not comparing it to the first few episodes of the Planet Coaster series, but like you couldn't go back to that for the first few episodes of this. I don't think.
Right. We explicitly said we don't want that. We don't want an avatar. We don't want any of that.
Well, because I a lot of the time would tell people, oh, you've got to go and watch this Bro Coaster. It's a really fantastic series. Start at episode 5, like that. That's just kind of how it is,
Yeah, it took us a while to find our footing. Right. Well, that's how it hit with Zoo. It was, wow, I don't know where anything is, and I don't know how to make this game do what I want it to do. As close as it is to the same game, it's remarkably different in the same game, just because the pieces are different.
Yeah.
So, But I'm really happy now that they gave that sandbox update.
I think it's ticked pretty much all my boxes. I was talking to a couple of people commented on the video saying like it hasn't worked for them. Like they're clicking all this stuff off and the game's still expecting them to have power and staff doors and
Well, you know what it is? What I've noticed is if you like click, like I turned animal welfare off.
Yeah.
And so when you click on the animal, that first screen, I actually dropped an animal I dropped in the lemurs to the next episode of Bro Coaster, and they were all 100%. I was like, yes, I nailed it. But then I like clicked some of the other ones, and you could see there were some things that weren't quite right, but the game just kind of ignores it.
So, okay. So it'll still like the numbers it'll show you are still accurate, but it doesn't care.
Yeah, it just doesn't care. Yeah, like the coverage, terrain coverage and stuff. Yeah. So at least that's my experience.
Oh, that's interesting. So that was something I was going to ask you then. So you've turned animal welfare just off.
Yeah. Well, yes, but I kept I've kept fighting on because I think that's kind of cool for screenshots sometimes.
Yeah.
I have mating on still. I have dying and aging on still. Pretty much the only thing I turned off for animals was welfare.
See, that's really interesting because I'm the complete opposite. I've like froze them in time because as far as I'm concerned, the animals are kind of like part of the model village that I'm building, you know. So if I want a bear in here, and I don't want that bear to go away, I don't want it to have this habitat is built for a bear, and that bear's story is kind of part of the park story. But I've kept welfare on because I want to make sure that the space is actually good for the animal as far as the game is concerned. So that's really interesting approach to it. Yeah, it's a complete opposite. I've had a couple of donations. Sorry, let me just read these out. You can't hear the thing going off, can you? Julia donated $5.51. Thanks for the great content. Listening to your videos always helps me relax after a long day. Thank you, Julia. And Beelzebub? No, Belzebub. Not Beelzebub's brother. There you go. Here's to MaskedBandit. There you go. $5 donation. You've just got ourselves.
Sweet.
Good stuff.
Bringing in money for you. So all of your stuff is going to where?
The original plan was for the money to go to Toronto Zoo, which is kind of like my big local zoo. Like there are zoos closer, but one of them is shut for like it's like a seasonal zoo, you know, like it closes down for the winter. So I didn't really think like raising money for them while they weren't there. We'll probably do something for them in the summer, I guess, and hopefully get a visit to them in the summer as well. But Toronto Zoo is open all year round, and we went and visited it not long ago, and it was a really great zoo. I thought that'd be a good thing to do. And to be honest with you, the original plan was like, maybe we'll raise a few $100s, you know. And they've got like
yellow bar says up there.
Yeah, exactly. Because they've got like a sponsorship package. You know, you can like $100 will get you a certificate and you know, a little fact sheet about the animal or whatever. You know. Because originally the plan was they had like a $500 package that you can sponsor an animal, and I was like, that'd be really, if we can get to $500, that'd be awesome. But then when I looked into it, it's basically all the paperwork and stuff, so you get your little certificate and everything else, and a backstage tour of the zoo. Oh. And I thought, well, no, that's not me raising money for charity. That's me raising money for Jonty to have a nice day out at the zoo, right? So,
times 5, yeah.
Yeah. So I said, well, I'll tell you what, we'll do this $100 package then, and for every $100 we'll sponsor an animal. That was before the whole thing blew up to be over $2,000 it is now, which is ridiculous. Say, you have your own little real life zoo now. Yeah. So, I think what's actually going to happen, because actually the other thing that's happened is quite a sad thing, actually. There's a zoo in Ohio, where there's been a really awful fire. So I'm going to try and split the donation and try and send some to them as well. That
sounds great.
Although I haven't found the ability to donate to them on their page yet, so I'm gonna have to try and find a way of getting in touch with them. You know, they don't seem to have the donation thing set up as easy as Toronto do. So yeah, but you know, these zoos that, you know, a lot of people think they're like theme parks, but they run at a loss. Even the big ones do. I mean, I don't know if you've looked much into your local one, but yeah, like most of the money for Toronto Zoo comes from the government, basically. Yeah, it's grants and stuff, and even then, like every year it costs them money to keep it open. Wow. Ticket sales don't even come anywhere near the cost of running it. Yeah.
And especially like us, we're members. Now I feel guilty. We're members, and we go like every week. You know, I mean, we're getting way more than our money's worth for that. Yeah. But the way you have to think about it is that your income is guaranteed income for that year. You know, like they've priced it so that like it's priced less than, like, how many times have you worked it out? Like how many times you have to go for it to be? I think you have to go 2 or 3 times to make it count. Yeah, and we go like way more than that. We go every week in the summer. But to be honest, like it's not like they're losing money necessarily, because you wouldn't go if you didn't have that pass, you know. Yeah, exactly. So that's kind of how it works. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mods are doing an awesome job. Is it climbable pieces? Is that what you're using? Yeah. Which is a bit of an issue, because the game starts to lag, because every time you put one down, it has to figure out whether stuff can climb on it. Even though it's not. Yeah, even though it's nowhere near an animal, but like all of this building here is pretty much climbable pieces as well.
because they're the thinnest bit. That's the thinnest pole of woods in the game. Yeah.
I just kind of discovered them as I was building a climbable. I was like,
well, that's it because you don't see them, right? Because they're hidden in the habitat thing.
Right. They don't pop out unless I actively search for them.
But if I click,
now I am just now seeing your gazebo there.
Okay. Yeah.
So there's your delay.
Yeah, there you go. So yeah, I wanted the gazebo to look quite rustic, and these climbable woods look really, really rustic. I want that gazebo to look like you fear for your life when you step on it, because that's what a lot of them look like in Niagara. So a lot of the reference for this area is taken from the walks on Niagara River.
Cool.
And a lot of them are like, Jesus Christ, is it legal to let me walk on this? Like this was like some of the fastest rapids in the world, like a foot away from you, and you're walking on some.
That's a place I've never been to, Niagara Falls.
Oh, it's great, it really is.
That's
it's they've got so much good stuff there, and they sell they do like a pass, and it's like $50 or something, and it gets you. It gets you behind the falls, and then it gets you into like a cinema screening thing. And they also have a weirdly a butterfly house there.
Really?
That is absolutely beautiful. The best butterfly house. I mean, I don't know how many. You could probably count on one hand how many butterfly houses you've been in. But I'm a bit of a butterfly house aficionado, and it is it is one of the better ones. Yeah, no, I love a butterfly house, and it really is fantastic. And it's like $50, I guess, for that, and the aero car that goes over the whirlpool down the road. Yeah, no, it's really good. I'd recommend anyone being able to check it out.
Is that relatively close to you now?
Yeah, you're welcome to come up and hang out with us, and we'll take you down. It's probably like an hour and a half drive, I guess.
I am nowhere near where you live.
Yeah, no, you're not. No. But yeah, it's about an hour and a half from us, I guess. So, like, we kind of get a lot of like pretty much everyone who comes to visit us is going to want to go and see Niagara, So.
Oh yeah, that's one of those things to do. Absolutely. So,
yeah.
I like your fence, though. I like it's angled. I like that. That's on purpose, I'm assuming.
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah, I want it to look like a stiff wind would blow it over. That's kind of the idea. Just then, like you say, it's there as more of a suggestion not to cross it, as opposed to actually physically keeping anything out.
Right.
Wow. Sorry, we've had a huge donation. Online Biscuits has just donated $50. Thumbs up for the great work. Thank you so much, Online Biscuits. We're going to smash our target here. That's what we have to do. We have to get guests on. Guests smash targets.
There you go.
We hit
just little old me. I don't.
Yeah. No, man, you're a big deal. We got. I was thinking the other day, because Mike's growing a bit now, right? Like Mike's doing really well.
Trying to blow by me again.
Well, you said that on a video, and I was like, wow, how far away is he? But no, you've got a few thousand on him. I think you're doing all right.
Okay. Not that I've been totally obsessed over it or anything. But, he was about 6,000 or 7,000 away from me, and he has closed that gap significantly. He has grown way more since Zoo's come out than I have.
I mean, he's hit the ground running with it though, right? Like it's been the perfect sort of time for him, I guess, because this is his like downtime.
Yep, and I think it's keeping him in a place where he can still be into what he loves. He loves plants and stuff, but he can't do that in the winter, not in real life. So he's got this tool now, and he's just smashing it. Not to mention, he's on everybody's series under the sun. So.
Well, yeah, I don't know if you saw the episode he did with Arluna Kanata with me, and I said, if you want to see more of Mike, just go and watch anything else. He's there.
See someone in the chat. Oh, Pond Shrimp just said Mike near 10,000. Good for him. Hey, more power to him. I know that he is a ridiculously talented guy, and it's his ability to put content out regularly that is his Achilles heel.
Yeah, well, like I say, I've always said this. The only reason I've grown as much as I have. Oh, excuse me. I've just bit into a really gross sweet, horrible like licorice flavor.
Oh, I hate licorice. It's gross. Yeah,
it's gross, isn't it? What was I going to say? The only reason I've grown is because I've been able to make regular, like decent content. I'm a big believer in the fact that the content really doesn't matter that much. If you like, it does from a personal point of view. Do you know what I mean? Like, you want to make stuff that you're proud of, you want to make stuff that you're happy with. But if all you wanted to do is grow on YouTube, the content of the videos you're putting out is nothing to do with it, you know?
No, you could find some really clickbaity videos to make and grow tremendously. Absolutely.
And the only reason why I've grown a lot more than other channels of a similar size when Planet Coaster came out, because that's kind of really what put me on the map in the first place, you know. And the only reason I've grown like that is because I sort of figured out YouTube a bit, you know. It's got absolutely nothing to do with how good I am at the game. Like I said, don't be wrong, I still think I make decent stuff, you know.
This project is really, I'm really loving this. And
this project.
This one is great. All the others are trash. No, I bit my habitats. I love watching those. Those are fun.
Yeah, I have a blast with those. Yeah,
your intros to those videos are my absolute favorite thing.
Yeah, I have a real good giggle with those as well. And also they fill a really good like spot, you know, because they're relatively easy to make, although the edit is quite involved. The actual build, like if I'm not feeling particularly creative, as far as the game is concerned, you can still go in and kind of knock one of those out, you know.
Yeah, it's nice because you're not starting from a blank map.
Yeah, exactly. You've got something to work with, but then also you can churn them out pretty quick. And it's the big problem I found with Nuna Kanata, this one, as much as I've enjoyed it, is that because I said this is a North American like national park style zoo, there are like 4 animals I can put in this thing, you know. And that was a kind of a worry for me, really, that so Pimp My Habitat and then the sort of one-off habitat builds are great to kind of be able to play around with some of the other themes in the game and stuff, you know.
Your ship for your crocodiles, that was
exactly. That's a great example.
Really good. I was I like those. I was considering, even because I've got the zoo, Bro Coaster, St. Reginald Zoo, and I've got Emerald Gardens.
That's your sort of your
nice.
go-to single series, right? Yeah.
That I'm actually considering asking Mike to help with. God.
Oh my god.
But so I'm thinking like, I kind of want to, because I haven't dabbled in any. I have like 4 animals I've touched in the game.
Yeah.
You know, I got buffalo and pronghorn because my first exhibit is a North American exhibit.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I've got lemurs. That's it. That's all I played with in the game since beta.
Yeah, that's it. Yes, it's a great way of just saying, okay, today I'm going to have a look at lions or whatever, you know, and just spend a day building. Yeah.
So, but how are you doing here? You've been going for quite a while.
I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay. We have having people on to chat with is really helping. Like that really helps the time go a bit quicker and stuff.
Cool.
Oh man, we've hit it. I think have we hit it? We just had a donation.
Well, if you have, I'm on a delay. Remember, so
yeah, Oh wow, look at this. So Brandon, awesome Brandon, has donated $64.99, which has stuck us bang on the $2,500 mark. That is incredible.
Excellent
job. Oh my god, it's crazy. Thank you so much, folks.
That's so great. What a great community. That's impressive. That's a lot of dollars.
Oh man, it's just insane. I'm sorry, I'm a bit. It takes my breath away a little bit, you know. Just like to think that I sat this morning and was like, oh, what shall I set the target as? Like $500? Do you think that's going to be? You know, like, are we going to get there? It's kind of just insane. Yeah. Wow, we did it, folks. Well done. That's
great.
I suppose we put it to $3,000 then.
Hey, see what you can do. You got plenty of time. What do you got?
Yeah.
4 more hours?
4 hours. Yeah, 4 hours.
4 hours and some change.
Okay.
Twig the Wonder Kid asks, how do you donate? I'm assuming the link, the Streamlabs link?
Yeah, so that top link in the description will take you through to the Geekism donation page, which is just the one we normally use for the live streams, but I've emptied my PayPal. So basically anything from now until the next live stream is just going to tickle over, you know.
Awesome.
We've had another one, another $5. Thank you, Johnny Owl, the first and still the best YouTuber I watch. Wowee, that's a big
high praise.
Big shoes to fill, right? Yeah, high praise indeed. Yeah, you obviously haven't started watching MaskedBandit yet because he would.
I want to shout out. I want to shout out Ruble Trillions. If you haven't watched Ruble Trillions on YouTube, you need to go watch him as well.
So Ruble was in the chat before, actually. and he donated as well, and yeah, we gave him a shout out and sent people over there. So I hope they go and find him. I was saying before I've said this like 3 or 4 times during the whole stream now, but I know a lot of people are coming in and out, so I don't mind repeating myself. But yeah, I said that there's nobody else like even you and Mike. Who sort of specialize in this kind of what I call model village, model train set kind of building. There's nobody else, I don't think, at the minute who has just like hit the ground running with it than Rubel, and like couldn't care. And I mean this as a massive compliment, but couldn't care less about the views. Was like, episode 2, I need a car park. I'm building a car park. You know what I mean? Yep. Like, doesn't care less about animal. Like, he's building an incredible scaled zoo.
Yeah, and his attention to detail on it is phenomenal.
I don't think anyone's coming close to him at the minute as far as attention to detail. Like we all try and do our things, don't we? You know, like I did my little billboards that I was quite happy with the
I like those.
Yeah,
those were good.
And they're everywhere. You go to a place like this, they're everywhere, right? And it's little things like that. I think that, and we've always said this, right, me and you, like it's little things like that kind of bump us up a little bit, I think, and it's the sort of thing that people enjoy watching us for. Those little moments of realism, those little moments of detail. But I don't think anyone's coming close to Rubel at the minute.
Nah, he's absolutely killing it. I mean, the video today that he just put out, he's got he's got like the evac or the HVAC stuff on top of the buildings from Domez, and
I've got to go and watch it. I'll watch it when I finish this. We just had another massive donation. Amazing, awesome weaves.
Wow.
$64.66. Thank you so much. Awesome is a long-standing member of the Geekers community. He's also one of our fantastic moderation team. Artie and I think a 12-hour stream is very brave. Keep up the great work. Yes, it's stupid, maybe not brave. I think. Who am I talking about? Rubel Trillions. Let me get up his.
I'll grab him. You keep going.
You might not be able to post it.
Oh, I can't post links.
Yeah, I don't think links are turned on. I think my mods can, but it's okay. I've got it here.
Cool.
But honestly, really worth the watch. Down to earth. If you enjoy my stuff, like the sort of laid back commentary. I think you're gonna really enjoy it. And despite his name, don't panic. He's American. I'm not sending you. I'm not sending you to some like USSR propaganda site or anything like that.
And he was actually the first person I met in real life.
Whatever. Like he was the doctor that.
There you go. Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was the first like online friend I ever met in real life.
Oh, cool. So that was so what? He was the first person at Cedar Point.
No, I actually met him before that. He used to live in Austin, and he was in Houston on business, so we met up.
Oh, that's cool.
Shared a couple beers together.
That's nice. Yeah.
Then everyone else I met at Cedar Point.
I was going to think because you said he's the first one. I'm thinking, oh right, okay, so he was just like stood in the car park. But no,
the first one in the house was Kinderly, and that was awkward.
Kinderly's great. He's another he doesn't do YouTube though, right? But
no, he doesn't.
He sort of guests on people's stuff.
And he's amazing.
He makes really good stuff. That house he built for Mike was really nice.
Mm-hmm. I love that we can have talk though, like this community of amazing builders that I know you and I are both crazily inspired off of.
Oh yeah, massively so. I mean, the amount of people. I mean, I'm incredibly privileged to be where I am and what I'm doing. And whenever somebody comments saying that they're really inspired by my work and they can't sort of, you get a lot, you must get them as well. Comments like, oh, I just can't. How do you think like that? How do you think, creatively? And I look at my stuff and think it looks like a potato, and I'm thinking, well, yeah, but I have those people as well, Like I have the Mike Sheets and the Rubels and the Kindlers and loads of people. I mean, they're all on Bro Nation. Let's be honest; it's the place to be for this sort of building. Oh, way off here.
It's really come into its own. Zoos come out, like, not to shamelessly plug the server, but
that's why you're here, right? But yeah, that's
well, no, I'm here to chat with you and have.
Well, yeah, but it's a nice bonus, right? Sure. To let people know about your stuff as well. And like I say, Bro Nation, really awesome server that was obviously built around Planet Coaster, but just in general, these kind of games in general. But and again, something else we spoke about before, but I don't mind repeating myself. I had a lot of people ask on live streams and stuff, who are you looking forward to seeing, in the game? Who are you looking forward to seeing what they do? And obviously, I named yourself and Mike and Rubel and a Commando who's started playing. I think he put a tweet, didn't he?
So smashed with work.
Yeah, so it'd be nice to see if he gets anything out that he's happy with, But all those kind of guys and girls. And then, but I said, I'll be honest with you. I said the one I'm looking forward to the most is the person I've never heard of yet, and they'll turn up, and they'll be out of nowhere. And,
well, we have our friend Pond Shrimp came out of nowhere.
Yeah. And we plugged her enough today. I think her head's probably huge. The amount we've.
I saw her in the chat.
Yeah, but Pond Shrimp's awesome. But also, there's a lot of. I don't think they're necessarily making YouTube content, but there's some really impressive stuff coming out of people I didn't know before on Bro Nation who are just sharing some really good stuff like Ricey and Books and.
Those fonts by Ricey.
Yeah, just really great stuff. And I think, and I've always said that. I said there are people out there, incredibly creative people out there who will love the build system of Planet, but just have got no interest in theme parks, And it took something like Zoo to get them, out the woodwork, I suppose.
So. Yeah. Now that you've had it for a while, are you liking building zoos more, or are you still a theme park person, or were you always a zoo person?
I've always enjoyed zoos. Yeah, I think it's still new, so I'm enjoying it because it's new. I think it probably long term. I think they're both. I think they're both sort of relatively equal in my eyes. I think honestly, as much as I enjoy theme parks, I enjoy zoos as well. What would tip this over for me is if we get aquariums, because I love aquariums. I'm a big fan of fish, both keeping them and eating them. But I had to. Yeah, I think that'll be really good.
But you brought up a good point, and this is something now that is basically they can only swim on the top of the water, or if they're hippos, they walk on the bottom.
Yeah, basically there's no sort of volumetric water in the game. Yeah, sort of no volumetric pathfinding in the game is the sort of proper way to put it, I guess. Willem Walk 420, nice, you're smashing it, Jonty. Thank you for the donation. Bring Mike on donated $5. I reached out to Mike. Unfortunately, he's got family over for Thanksgiving, so wasn't able to make the stream. So I had to ask MaskedBandit instead. No, I'm joking. No, I would love to have got both of you on, but yeah, I did ask Mike, but yeah, he's got family visiting for.
His family's preventing us from recording ourselves.
Oh, there you go then. So yeah, it's horrible, isn't it? Family get in the way, don't they?
Oh,
do you know what's worse than family? Other people's family. Like that's the worst.
I'm just excited mine are moving out.
Yeah. Are you also? It's your parents-in-law, right? They've been staying with you while they regenerated a house or something. Is that right?
Built.
Oh, they built it. Oh, right. Okay. I remember you saying something like in the summer about it.
Yeah. Since early April.
Wow, yeah. Because I remember recording some Uzuri episodes, and you were like, they're here, yeah.
Yeah, they're moving out tomorrow, so
it's
official. They've been taking stuff to their new house. It's really nice. It's really, really nice.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Is it near? Is it close for you guys?
It's close enough. Way closer than it was. They used to be up in Nebraska, so it was a 2-day drive. Now it's
a really
drive,
far.
So that's nice.
Oh, good stuff. Yeah.
So
but 30 minutes, that's good because that's still far enough that they're not going to turn up. They're not just going to knock on the door, right?
Right.
It's still a planned visit. That. That's what you want, right?
Yeah, that would. It's far enough, but also close enough.
Yeah.
Yep.
There we go. I reckon that I can say that from like following this line around, I'm going to call that bit done.
You're going to have to wait for me to catch up, but I'm going to agree with you.
Huh.
It looks nice from what the part I'm looking at. It looks really nice.
Yeah.
It's looking more forested than it did, which I know was the point.
It needs to be mega forested, yeah. But like I said in the last episode, I've kind of balked myself a little bit building it so close to the edge of the map.
Yeah.
Because there is just going to be that line where like it's right there. Look, that line is right there.
No, you're right. But you can with some ground shrubs. Just make a wall of trees. It'll feel okay from.
It'll just that's kind of one of those things, isn't it? Right. I mean, in these games years ago, like years ago, it was just a square, right? Like the map just fell off the end, you know.
Yeah,
like
right. Like the old
yeah.
ones, the original. I was thinking about it. Like I think the reason I've never played a zoo game before this one actually, and I think that's because I just got hooked on the original Roller Coaster Tycoon, the one that everything just falls off the edge of the cliff.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, so don't mind that so much. Let's give me one sec. I tell you what, do me a favor. I need to just read through something. Just quickly go over again the series you're working on at the minute and the sort of inspiration behind it.
My personal one.
Oh, and you can mention you can mention Planet Zoo as well.
I guess I'm working on 2 currently. The first one is Bro Coaster Season Zoo, and that's Mike Sheets and I, plus all of our bro friends, building a hyper-realistic zoo that's going to be based on Lincoln Park Zoo, also based on our entrance areas, based on Cincinnati Zoo. All kinds of different inspirations there, but hyper-realistic, kind of a zoo that has been around, one of the older zoos in the nation, where it used to be just animals behind bars, but it's been retrofitted and changed and much more modernized. That's going to be that one. And then my personal series is Emerald Gardens, which is set in the Pacific Northwest, and we finally have animals in that zoo now. And that one is much more modern. I'm trying to think a lot about animal welfare and like mixed habitats and much more on the quote cutting edge of current zoo design. So, but both those series where I'm reading lots of PDFs like we did for Uzuri Gardens, reading lots of PDFs to make sure that the animal habitats actually look right, not just work right from the game point of view, even though I've turned that part off. So,
Did you see the that PDF I shared in Bronation yesterday?
Yes. That's like 300-page one?
Yeah, it's crazy.
I haven't had a chance to look at all of it yet. No.
Yeah, it's a really good stuff in there. Somebody's shared a book as well, but I can only find like a hardback version of it for like $100. I'm like, I don't think it's quite worth.
That sounds kind of cool though. Yeah. Like I was doing some research for the lemurs, and one of the big inspirations for the lemur exhibit, at least partially, was the Madagascar at Bronx Zoo, and they transitioned their old lion house into this exhibit, and it's really neat. Like the whole idea of how they made the dimensions of this really old architectural style work, where like you're at one level and the actual animal habitat is way below you and way above you, but you only have a narrow view. It was really fascinating. So,
oh, interesting.
Yeah. I'm learning way more with this game than I am with Planet Coaster.
Yeah, well, I guess it's like people feel like they know about theme parks. I guess maybe, I don't know. What do you think? What do you think it is? Like, did you? Because the depth is there with theme parks, right? You know,
I guess what it is. I guess I care a lot more about how an exhibit is designed for another living creature than I care about the specific number of nuts and bolts and track size of a coaster
that living creatures are going to ride.
Yeah, like I don't know. I thought I was a coaster fanatic until I met coaster fanatics.
Yeah, they're a sort, eh?
Yeah, they're a unique breed. Like, and more power to them. Hey, it's what you're passionate about. Good for you. But like, I think for me personally, I like more about the grand design, the grand layout planning of a theme park, more than the nuts and bolts of the coaster.
Yeah,
and I think that lends itself better to a zoo design where you've got levels of macro, you've got the whole zoo design, then you've got the whole exhibit design, and then you can get into the details of each part of the exhibit design.
No, I totally agree with that. I think after sort of getting more involved with the theme park community, I am 100% a theme park fan and not a coaster fan. Right. Like there's a big difference, and I'm definitely in the latter. Like you say, I am quite happy to ride a themed dark ride or a themed log flume or something. Probably I would put those for me over like just a really crazy coaster, you know,
like a Steve.
Like, yeah, exactly. Like, yeah, that was not fun. But
no, it wasn't. I'm glad a few of us can finally speak out.
Yeah, no, I think I'm pretty sure I said it on the day. I was like, it's fine. Like, it wasn't horrific.
No,
but
it was fine.
I definitely,
it's not my
I didn't
jam.
particularly. I think I'm just a bit old for it. The one thing that annoys me the most, I think, is that a lot of theme park enthusiasts from the UK claim it to be their best coaster, and I do wonder whether it's a bit more of a I've ridden this and not many have, kind of, as far as the UK is concerned. Obviously, Cedar Point is massive, right? But
is it Untamed? There's one in the it's not UK, but
it's a Wallaby in Belgium, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how close that is, but
well, it's pretty close, but it's still a vacation, like it's
sure.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Matthew, for the $25 donation. The artist formerly known as Full Tour. Oh, awesome! Thank you for all you've done for Toronto Zoo today and all the adult gaming community with your channel. Cheers! You're very welcome, Matthew. Thank you. He's we've got to check him out last. I'm gonna send you his. A dude who's just started making some Planet Zoo content, and I'll be honest with you, I've only looked at the thumbnail because I've only found out about it while I'm streaming. But if you're like me, I always want to check out new people, just in case.
Oh, absolutely.
They're good enough to steal ideas off. So
yes,
here you go. I'll put it in the Discord chat. You can tick it.
Oh, I'll check it out. Yeah. His comment about the adult gaming community. Have you found that this community, the zoo people, tend to be a little older?
Yeah, 100%.
And much more, and a lot more female players.
Massively female. My female view. Will they still use the bench? No, sorry, they won't still use this bench. No, this is purely aesthetic. But I just don't like the. Excuse me, I just don't like the path on the ground underneath them. Most picnic benches are just on the grass, right?
Yep.
And unfortunately, one thing I would like to see in this pack is maybe they will call it vintage or something. I don't know, but I would like a plain. See what are the classic ones like? Thinking about it. Oh, there it is. That's what I want.
Just the Planet Zoo.
Yeah. Shoot. I just didn't scroll down. That's all. Okay, never mind. Back up. Let's change them all out. No, they won't actually use these. They're just for show. But to be honest with you, at the moment, guests won't come up here at all. There's nothing for a guest up in this area. So, we could maybe like where the station is of the aero car. We could maybe stick like an exhibit in there or something to maybe try and get a few people over here. But no
hike though. Will they travel that?
That's
far?
what I mean. Yeah, it's got to be like if it's anything like Planet Coaster, it's got to be a big ticket thing to get them over there, right?
Yep, like that's the one thing. People won't come into St. Reginald, the season zoo. They won't come in, even though there's animals there. They're especially because we haven't put the custom spawn point in yet.
Oh yeah.
They have to walk like across the entire map, so they ain't coming to see some lemurs for that. They're not walking.
Yeah. That's interesting though, isn't it? Because that's a shift from Planet Zoo Coaster. Sorry. Yes, it does. Yeah, you're right, MacGyver. It does seem too rusty to have those benches. They will just have the benches. But yeah, is it time for Pin My Habitat? No, another. What time did I say I was doing that?
I thought you were going to do
3.
it at 2.
Yeah, no, 3 o'clock my time, right? Hold on. I have to look at the charity things. 2. Oh yeah, Pin My Habitat. Yeah, well, me and Mast will do Pin My Habitat then. How's that? So what was I going to say? Yes. What was I talking about? Oh yeah. So in Planet Coaster, people would dart in and head. You know what I mean? They'd cross the map for a coaster.
Oh yeah, they would. It doesn't matter. They would go to any or any dark ride. They would just. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
People would just start coming in the minute you put your first ride down and start wandering around.
And just go, yeah, that's it, yeah. So that's interesting that they've changed that. So it's almost like it's got more sort of impressive, I guess. But
at the same time, though, if you don't build, it kind of weds you to the spawn point. But the good thing is we can put different ones in now.
But at least we can put our own ones down, yeah. Okay.
And we can delete the other ones that we don't want. Thank goodness they fixed that. So... Did you used to have the startup crash issue?
No, I didn't have that one. No, I know a lot of people have that
every time.
I'm always like so lucky with these. Like, if there's ever, I'd never have any of the problems that people go on about. Like, all my animals have got fed pretty much. All of my,
I haven't run into that issue at all. The feeding thing, and actually, I kind of like, for as hard as I bitched about it, like I kind of like it now. It's really cool to see them come in. They do their little whistle, they fill the feeder, and then you just see all the animals come running. I really like that. That's cool.
Yeah, I quite enjoyed having the animals legging over. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah,
but I do kind of wish they'd fill stuff up.
Yeah, It does look a little sparse, like there's no food in here.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, especially they've got a big silver square, you know.
Yeah. But I think it is working. Like a lot of people bug. I don't think it's necessarily.
No, I think it's just a very nuanced feature that isn't very telegraphed very well in the game.
Right.
Which might as well be a bug. You know what I mean? Like if it's got to the point where you have to write a sort of 10-paragraph blog post on how it's meant to work,
you might want to redesign it. Yeah.
Because what percentage of the player base are going to go and read that, you know, and then go, that's how it works. It's a complicated process that I have to think about with minutia. Like, no.
Right. How are you supposed to, like, I guess I haven't played anything other than Sandbox, but like you've done the campaign. Do they explain that to you? Like,
I did the first few campaigns and didn't really carry on.
Well, that would be one of the ones you would see in the first few, I'd assume.
You'd think so, but no, I don't think so. They just kind of got on with it. Yeah, it's a shame because the campaign story actually looked pretty fun, but it wasn't so hot.
So we're gonna pimp a habitat.
Yeah, I'm just pulling one up now. There's a few people have sent them in. Let's have a look. We've got
Ricey's in the chat, by the way.
Ricey donated before. Yeah. Is it a bug or a feature? That's what I mean. I think it's a feature, but like I say, if the feature is that complicated that that many people think it's a bug, then you know what I mean. It's a problem.
It doesn't matter. It's a problem. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's pandas. The problem is people have sent them in. They're really pretty good. Like, there ain't much I can do to them. That's really nice, that one. And I'm not showing them on screen, sorry, but that's a really nice one.
So how many you got in your list there?
So I've got, like, ones that people have submitted just over the weeks. There's a couple of hundred.
Holy cow!
Yeah, people are into it. So so I'm just going to head over and pull one out. So Steam...
Sandbox with house rules. Love Planet Zoo. Rubo brought up a good point in his video today. He was mentioning, like, it's really nice to have the power features, like, for functional backstage areas. It's just I don't want to rely on them for my power and water.
Yeah, I mean, I'll probably use because the solar panel one looks really quite good. You know, the wind turbine not so much, but
is it a way to put it on the roof?
Well, I can't see why you couldn't lift it up a bit so it's just poking through. Yeah,
but then you wouldn't have a mechanic able to get to it.
Or if you did, the mechanic's head would poke through the roof. But like I say, if you're going to do that, just there'll be some art shapes that you can make it out of, you know. It's
That's true. I think I've already seen people do that.
Yeah. So, most recent. Let's pull one out. Here we go. Here's some crap that we can fix. That's what we want. Like I say, the problem was the ones that they put in was really quite good. Okay, so this looks like a good one. This is a lion one, and lions are quite tricky.
See, I haven't touched them.
Well, you're very limited on your foliage and stuff, and that's where I think people seem to really struggle. Is they have like a foliage rating of like 10, and somebody puts down 2 trees and it's filled, you know, and they're like, so now what? Yeah. So, but there are ways around it. There are things you can do. So we're going to go into an African grassland. Let's just jump back to the game a second. Sorry, there we go. African grassland. We'll call it Lion Pimp My Habitat. And you can come in and obviously feel free to throw suggestions out while you're with us and chatting. Did you ever see my pimp submission? Most probably MacGyver, but like I say, I'm afraid I did have a couple of hundred, and I'm literally looking at the screenshot and making like a snap decision whether there's something I can do with it. So if it's too good or too bad, I'm afraid I'm moving on, because there's this, you know what I mean? That sounds really awful, but
there's so many. No, yeah, I understand.
You've got to kind of pull one out that you think you can do something with, you know.
I do that when assigning speaking parts to the plays we do at my job.
There you go. Yeah, at some point you've got to be quite.
Who's going to handle it?
Yeah, exactly. You've got to be quite rough with it, right?
Yep.
I can't even find it now. I have subscribed. Yeah. Okay. Lions. Is it that one? West African lion. There. Hey, hello. There we go. Let's turn the heat map off. Oh, that's terrain. That's okay. I was going to say, we've got some floating rocks here, but that's terrain that's going to fix itself, isn't it? Okay, so
I haven't imported a blueprint. I have no idea how that works.
It's great that terrain comes with them, but it ain't a good feature. What I've found that is 9 times out of 10, you have to just get the door on the ground, and that's kind of works. But if their door is off the ground, it's rough.
You're up a creek.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. Right, I'm gonna leave it there. So I tell you what, I could screen share with you. Would that be better?
Sure, that would actually be a lot easier because I am way.
I've just thought you're way behind, aren't you? So if I turn on,
you are just now plopping that down to me.
Okay.
Oh, there we go. Oh, look at this. I'm gonna switch to the screen now.
Yeah.
Now I can't read your chat, but that's
okay. Oh, that's fine. They're all talking rubbish anyway. I'm just going to assume it's too good. Yes, always assume. If I never use it, always assume that it's too good. Foliage means nothing. Palsy said foliage means nothing in Planet Zoo for me. I do as I like. I kind of agree with you. Although I still personally want it to kind of be realistic. I don't want to be like lions living in a jungle or something like that. Like it's still got to kind of fit the animal. But I think the in-game numbers are a little aggressive.
My cat is making some heinous sounds.
Oh yeah.
No, I've never heard her make those noises before. All right, she's fine.
So
let's look at this.
The problem is it doesn't carry input. What are they? Is that a light? Oh, that's a light. Okay, so let's turn power off for a second. Settings, game. So where is it? Here, economy settings, power and water. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so they're lit up now. Okay, so there's going to be a path here, I assume, with there being donation boxes all the way down it. So we'll put that roughly in where it's got to go. I'm going to guess there was glass here or something. Because
I hope so.
As it stands, that's that's quite a fun.
That's a little dangerous.
Yeah. So I'm gonna throw a glass barrier in there, okay? Because
that's where all the bedding is. That would make sense.
Yeah, and I'm gonna guess because the habitat blueprint will only take across the circle of habitat wall basically. Like if you've used like secondary bits of habitat wall, like don't. It'll
only take the main ring.
That's it. Yeah, it'll only take that. That's a good way of putting it. Yeah, it only takes that main ring. So what I'm going to guess is that we've had some glass barrier here.
That's not part of the.
That's not part of the loop. Yeah. So hopefully we can. No. It's only letting me take it to there for some reason, but that should be fine. Okay. Right. So let's have a look at what we've got going on here. So the terrain is pretty wacky, but not everyone builds realistically, so we kind of have to give them that, But I think it could probably be a bit more grounded, I guess.
Some actual rocks.
Yeah, I think some actual rocks. So it's really difficult because the terrain sort of placement, the terrain tool in this is this sort of incredible sort of voxel system. It does mean you get these like blobs, don't you? You get these like terrain blobs, right?
So hard to make it look.
And it's really difficult.
I'm curious how long it's going to be till you finish the cliffside, Mike.
Yeah, exactly. A year, probably. Because you just get this blobby terrain. So I think we need rocks there. Foliage, like I say, so we need to get a couple of of animals in, don't we?
Trees in the exhibit.
There should definitely not be pine trees in. Yeah, not having that.
The waterfall's very cool. That should be the focal point, I think.
Yeah, long waterfall coming down is looking good. So let's get a trade sensor in.
Oh yeah, all the stuff you got to do just so you can get in.
I think it's just that now. Like I'm pretty sure.
Good.
Which is good. Yeah. Thank you to Twig the Wonder Kid. Keep up the great work, John T. You keep me sane through the end of my PhD. My goodness. Best of luck with it.
That's something I always considered doing and then promptly said, nah.
Yeah, no, I mean, I have got no form of education to speak of at all. Look at the stats on this. Look at the state of this. Oh, that's the other thing I think. Sandbox, they should just have 100%. Like, why are we having to deal with this in Sandbox?
Yeah, why are we playing this game? Right.
Yeah.
Clearly, I'm in Sandbox. I don't care about any of this.
Yeah.
Give me good animals.
I just want them to be good, yeah. So I'm going to get a boy.
Oh, I suppose you can counteract that by just, like you said, not aging, not death. And then they'll just live forever in their state. And who cares?
I'd still want them, like, size actually makes a difference. Like, physically, they are different size, Like at least size, you just want the full size animal, right?
Right.
I would
Yeah.
think.
How's your pandas going? You still breeding your pandas?
No, got rid of them all.
You just wanted the costume?
Yeah, well, that's all you get. So I got it.
Is it? You have to release so many.
Yeah, you get. I think I got the pants for releasing 6 or something like that, and then the shirt for releasing 15 or something, and then I got the hat on 24 or something like that, I guess. Yeah, but then you get a prize at the end of the thing as well, depending on how you did.
Cool. I have no desire to do any of that, but cool.
Yeah, no, I just you give me something
You
like
wanted
that.
the
You
panda
give me a what do they call it, like a cosmetic reward like that. I'm all over it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a sucker for that sort of stuff. Right, let's put in a couple of thingies. So they'll get some tigers, some lions in. Excuse me. There we go. So we'll get these in and we'll have a little look. And that's the other thing I'd like to be able to do. I don't want to have to put an animal in there. I should be able to click this and go, this habitat is going to be for a lion. And then that should tell me terrain and foliage, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I would like to be able to be able to get the habitat ready.
Right, without the animal being in there.
And then throw the habitat in. Because this having to...
on Brunation today, someone was talking about how they built, I think, some primate exhibit, and they used those plaster walls, those non-gridded walls, to create the entrance and exit for the animals, and it looked super realistic. They did all that, put the animals in. It was too narrow for the animals to go through, and without the animal in the habitat already, you're not going to find the pathfinding. So
yeah, exactly. And you have to keep pause in and unpause in and seeing how they get on, and then half of the barrier might not be built yet because you might want to do it out of rockwork or something, so you have to make sure they don't keep running over the barrier, and little things like that. I would
that's probably one of my biggest critiques currently of the game is that so much of my time is spent on pause. Like, I want to watch the animals run around. I want them to be able to kind of do their thing while I go and build, but it's really hard. It's really hard, especially habitat building, to have them in there.
To have them in there doing their stuff. Yeah, I'm just going to knock the graphics down. I realise the game is just jumping a little. I think with me screening to you and everything else, I'll just knock the graphics down to medium there. Okay, so Lion is pretty happy. That's good to see. Okay, so welfare overall is pretty high, and last meal quality, we can ignore that. And they need some more food enrichment. But as far as like terrain and everything goes, a smidge more rock, and obviously we've got a few trees in there, but it isn't causing a massive issue. It's only knocking their plants down to 98. So the only reason I'm going to get rid of those trees is because they don't look, it's not a good aesthetic. The actual animal couldn't care less. So I'm going to say we'll get rid of all that. And this up here, like, I guess it's kind of
supposed to be water in there, right?
It may well be that the water just hasn't carried over. So let's have a look. Can we get water in there? Yeah.
That helps a lot. But then it's like, why is there there's a giant pool up there?
There's a lot of there's no reason for that pool. Like, this is a fake waterfall, right? So because this amount of water would not cause, it would be empty in 3 seconds, right? So the water is having to get pumped into here. So
you could knock back a huge part of that.
Yeah, so all of that could go, and the water could just get pumped straight from the waterfall, which is, I think, what we'd probably do. But like I said, I like the waterfall going down here. The only thing I will say is there's one of these in a Bengal tiger exhibit in, it's somewhere in the States. There's somewhere in the States that has a really nice Bengal tiger exhibit, and it has one of these feature waterfalls, this huge sort of thing down. And there's actually been quite a few complaints about it because it's incredibly noisy. This water just constantly hitting the ground all the time, And the people have said that wouldn't be, you wouldn't want to live there, with this water down all the time, which is something to think about. But again, people aren't necessarily always building realistically, so I don't necessarily mind it. So, do you know what? I'm going to take all the foliage out, and just start fresh with the foliage. I think so. Well, just because there's some correct ideas. Yeah. With having the willow by the end of the water and stuff. We mixed a few donations. Thank you, Xtrix, $3. Love your work. But your stream is lagging. There you go. It should be a little bit better now. I'll turn the settings down. Let me know. Keep up the great work, John T. $10 from Twilight Dragon. You keep me happy and give me joy for every stream or video you do. Oh, thank you very much. Okay,
Aw.
so yeah, this bedding, like how it's perfectly laid out, that's all
You
got
could
to
just
go.
nest a whole bunch of it together.
That's you just need it nested up in the corner, I think there. So we'll start with that. I think.
Yeah.
You just want like loads of it here, man.
You're pretty pixely on my end sharing the screen here. You're probably just at your max internet capacity on the call, on the stream.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. So, but what I can do, I think,
if the quality continues to drop, we can just stop sharing screens. It'll be fine.
Yeah, but I think I can. Oh, hold on. I can knock the settings down a bit, can't I? But I don't know. I can't find the option now.
But if it's your internet, that's not gonna do much. Like your graphic settings aren't gonna make a big difference there.
No, I can share like a lower quality version of the screen to you. I think when I click it, I thought there was a way to suggest like 360 as opposed to 720 or something. But
I have no idea.
More screen share options. No, never mind. That's okay. I think it's not so bad on them. The one I'm looking at now isn't losing any frames anymore. Now I've knocked it down. It'll just be the processing of everything. It shouldn't be the internet. More than enough juice in the line. It'll be the graphics processing of just managing everything at once. Lions don't particularly like water. Tigers love it. Yes, so lions aren't really swimmers. But
that's a good point.
I'm a big proponent. A lot of zoos now, like basically any habitat should have running water in it. Purely as a quality, just purely so that they can drink from it. They can use it, like if they get a bit of blood on them or something, they will clean themselves with it. So even though they don't necessarily want to swim, I still think it's quite a positive thing to give them fresh running water.
Right. And even though I'm all about the realism, just aesthetically it looks cool.
And of course, you put a waterfall in, it looks good, right? So the only thing I am going to do is move it a little bit away here, because at the moment, if they don't want to go in the water, they've only got this very small stretch of terrain here that they can move into. So what I'm going to do instead is just bring all this up a little bit and just sort of take it round that way, away from the sleeping area. Just to keep them a little bit happier.
Smaller overall.
Yeah, and it could probably come around this way a little. I kind of like the shape of it. That's fine. It's an interesting kind of shape. Yeah, wishbone-y, yeah. And then we'll just sort of smooth it out a little. All about the smoothing.
I'm having a hard time, because I really want to make nice, gentle, make actually look like a slope.
Yeah,
I'm having a hard time with that, because terrain tools.
With the water, it's tricky, isn't it?
Yeah, and once the water's in, you can't move the terrain. That's kind of a...
Yeah, I guess why they've done it, because again they've got that animal AI built into the water now, But yeah, it is a little tricky. So here I would love a shallow, but I mean whether it's going to work on that, I just don't know. So
right.
Oh yeah, looks okay. That's good.
And
you want that
another
input.
thing I want to do, I want to be able is I went to the zoo just the other day, break here, and most of the water that I've noticed has concrete bottom with
yes.
You can usually see a concrete lip.
Something I want. Yeah, I've noticed that as well, and often it's formed concrete to kind of look a bit natural and stuff, but it's very clearly not just. It's not dirt, right? It's not.
Right.
Yeah, I've noticed that a lot, and I have messed around with that with some of the a lot of the stones have got those nice flat stones and stuff.
Yeah.
But it's tricky to get that looking right, to be honest. It's one of the reasons why my zoo school, I don't know if I mentioned zoo school I was going to do to you, which is like a series where we build a habitat based on the AZA sort of recommendations, and based on real zoos and stuff. And the problem is that it's really hard to make that look nice in the game. I'm really struggling. Because the problem is making I've actually built a Bengal tiger habitat for the first episode and really based it off of like realistic zoos, and it doesn't look that good in the game. It's a little bit at odds. Yeah,
that's kind of like your mandrill. And I thought that was super hyper realistic, with a concrete floor, an indoor exhibit. And I'm also noticing the water at the zoos is super shallow, silly shallow.
Yeah, they kind of just have as much as they need.
Right, unless it's specifically a moat that they're probably not going to do much with anyway.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, or if it's like an animal, like a sea lion or whatever, that actually sort of
Like a what? Sorry, you cut.
like a seal or a penguin. Like, like something.
Yeah. Right. A seal gets a puddle.
Yeah, just a splash about in. Yeah. Okay. So there we go. It actually increased the water a little bit there, but I think once all the foliage is around it and stuff, that'll look pretty good. Okay. So what are we going to do up here? Has this got to go? This has got to go, hasn't it?
Yeah, you could do like a pride, as cliche as it is, like a pride rock shape. Have it angling up to the waterfall,
but have the water come off it still. Yeah, in that sense.
Well, not have a pond in there, but have just a No.
Just got 4 random rocks here. 5 rocks.
I get what he's trying to do. He's trying to cover up the particle effect and make it look like it's actually going over the particle effect.
Weirdly, like the particle effects, like they need to be lower than where it's produced, right? That's the problem.
So you can't actually see them. Yeah, that'd be nice.
Or just like invisible. Yeah, that'd be good. Like you can see them when you're in build mode or something.
Yeah, that'd be really nice.
Okay,
that'd be good.
But I kind of get
the actual. I haven't done much with waterfalls, so
the actual water itself, I think, looks great. The actual effect.
Oh yeah, but, particle. Like I've made. Like my cascade pool, it doesn't have any water in it, and you really can't tell. Like,
that's it. Yeah, that ripple, that ripple you get off them is fantastic. Yeah.
And I've a super cool trick is using the gravel path.
Yes, that looks amazing. Yeah.
So nice.
That looks really good. I saw somebody.
I have it though. I have it too close to the path. I have that gravel next to the actual path, and people will phase onto the gravel path, and it's not connected to anything. So then they complain that they're lost. Yeah, it's really bizarre. So I don't know how that.
Well, I saw somebody on I think it was on Bro Nation had used it like that. Yeah, like gravel with some cacti in it and stuff, and it looked awesome. And I was like, oh, that looks really good. I said, how'd you stop the guests walking on it? And he just went, shh. I was like, oh, okay. So they do.
Yeah. I would love if they carried something over for Planet Coaster, the curbs and barriers.
They would be really useful. Maybe even like more useful here, I think, in some ways.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
That would be really, really quite good. So let's make a bit of a divot there where that looks like something we don't want it to look like. But once the water's back in, I think that'll look fine. So, instruction, special effect water. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, at some point it has to look like a phallic thing.
Yeah, it's why I don't live stream much anymore. It is so hard for me to build things while people are watching.
Yeah.
The process of my building is so all over the place that it doesn't make for good live streams.
Yeah, it's tricky, right? But you just kind of jump around, and I do this, and I treat it more as like a live stream is a great way to chat to people, as opposed to actually getting much done, you know. Oh, Dan, I think we missed a donation there. 12.93 from Dan. Thank you, Dan.
Oh, okay, I was actually going to. I was like, oh, maybe I'll stream today, and I was like, oh wait, no, Jonty's doing his big 12-hour stream.
Oh,
I feel. You asked me to be on it. I was like, oh, okay,
I feel really awful because Rudy Renkar's having some issues at the minute with his videos not getting shared very well from YouTube.
Huh.
And he put on saying today, so like, this video, you know, it's getting really good comments. It's a good video, but it's had like 50 views or something, you know, which is like nothing for him. And he's definitely got some issues there with YouTube not sharing his stuff. He's had it before.
That's so weird.
But somebody commented saying, "Oh, it's because Jonty's live streaming, everyone's watching him." I was like, "No,
like you're a big
bless
deal,
you, but that's not. Yeah, bless you, but that's not it."
Oh, so are you lowering the whole waterfall?
No, that you have to use 2 because it doesn't go down lower.
Whoa. Yeah. Right. Okay. So I see what you're doing, and then you're gonna flatten it out.
Yeah.
Have you worked much with the chisel tool?
No, it looks really quite powerful, but no, I haven't.
MacGyver says clearly it's a turtle head.
A turtle's head, yes. Got one of them on the way.
And now it's throwing up.
No, it's a turtle's head that's been horrifically sick. Okay, I think we'll go with that for now. Once we get some rock work around it, I think that's okay. This I don't mind. the sort of flat overhead bit.
Maybe just connect it a bit more on the side.
The only problem is with here is that you don't want it so that they can get up to it, right?
Oh, that's a good point, because then they can hop out.
Because they'll be able to hop up. So I think actually we'll probably just kind of smooth it out a little, and then, like I say, I think the main thing here is going to be rock work. Is going to really make this all
use
pop.
some sheer rocks.
Yeah,
and that'll make it better for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
There we go. So I get people asking, I'm sure there's people thinking it in the chat because we're both here. Uzuri Gardens Zoo is probably something we're going to have a go at in the future, I think. Yeah,
I think so. Yeah, I think we're both we're both doing our own zoo thing currently, and I think once we're at that point, I want to. I think it'd be fun.
I think so. Yeah, I think the game needs more stuff at the minute. I think we would struggle as it is for that that adventure-y theme.
I think so, and I was so like that's part of the reason it took us a while to get comfortable putting animals in.
Yeah,
I wasn't happy with the way the animals were working. Like I don't want to have to deal with them every minute. Yeah, but now that they fixed that, and hopefully in the next couple months we'll get some DLC. Although was it you that said that we didn't get spooky till like a year out?
Well, yeah, but I mean we got the summer and the winter and all that sort of stuff.
We got
so you got
3 updates.
Yeah, but the first paid DLC was almost a year. Yeah, almost a year after launch.
That's insane.
Yeah. It's funny you don't remember it, do you? Don't remember it like that at all.
No.
Yeah, but yeah, that's kind of how that went down, which is pretty crazy, really.
Yeah.
Trying to ground this.
And then it was like every 3 months after that.
Pretty much, yeah, for like a year and a half, yeah, till we got vintage. Oh, and then we had those, the rides.
No, World's Fair was the last.
Yeah. Oh, it was Fair. That's it. Yeah.
That was the here's all the stuff in the cupboard deal.
Here's all the stuff that's been hanging around. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cranky69, thank you very much for the $1.21 donation, and also there was a Patreon pledge there as well. Thank you. For some reason, Streamlabs doesn't show me those, so whoever you are, thank you for pledging on Patreon. I very much appreciate it.
I'm considering getting Patreon up. I've got it. It's sitting
there. I talked about it a few times with your Patreon, haven't I? It helps. It's nice to have that regularity to it. Yeah. When like, so put it this way: for the first 3 days of Planet Zoo coming out, the full release, I earned more in ad revenue than I earned in August.
Wow.
Right, which sounds amazing. Until you say it the other way around. Yeah. Until you say, God, in the whole of August, I only earned what I earned in 3 days.
That summer was tough.
Yeah, summer was really bad this year. So Patreon really helps with that kind of stuff. Really, really helps have that regularity, even if it's not a massive amount. It just you know that it's coming every month. It's the closest thing as a full-time YouTuber. It's the closest thing you're ever going to get to a wage. So.
Etchtaria asks how you're pushing and pulling the terrain tools without switching. Is it control? You hit down control?
It's I've got a special build of the game that only Frontier let me use. Somebody commented that the other day. It made me laugh so hard. Like, you must have a special bit, because some of the stuff you're doing with the controls, I can't do that. You've got a special build, haven't you? Yeah, it's control. Holding control will pass between one or the other. So if you have pull selected. Yeah, and then control will push it. It's very useful for doing this kind of terrain work.
I think control does something for all the brushes. The most I ever use it is on push pull.
Oh, for real? I mean, I can't think what it would do for flatten a surface.
Maybe not. I could be wrong. I'm probably very wrong.
Yeah, I don't think, but it definitely swaps between those two, which is very useful. Yeah.
Yeah.
And who's got up there? Yeah. What did we just say? Oh no! Don't fall off! Oh! Oh, just imagine if that box just went.
And this is why we're screen sharing, so we can both react to that. And look, here comes the person to pick him. Oh no! Okay, good. Yeah, he's coming to pick him up. That's awesome.
Just imagine if that box just went. Just a line like that.
Little bones fell out.
Right.
That's why one thing, like, a lot of people are so into these virtual animals. I'm like, it's not real, guys.
I'm not, not at all.
No,
churn them out.
They're not real.
I could do there. So
This
let's
one
just pause
dies.
the
I'll
game.
go get another one off the trade set. It's fine.
I kind of get it. See, I think I would get it. Everyone F in the chat. I would get it if I was in franchise mode, and it was two that I've had, and they had a baby. But the game moves so fast in franchise mode that you just can't keep up with any of it.
Does it move faster than Sandbox? It feels like it. Just from my experience with the beta versus what I
don't know. I don't know. I play with pause so often, so I just don't know. But in franchise mode, you kind of have to have it running because otherwise nothing happens. And
that's true.
Every minute, something's born, something's died, something's gonna give birth, something's having sex, something's died again, something's died having sex. Like it's just like, whoa, Christ!
I'm waiting for that notification. What a way to go!
But it's very quick, and it's the one bit of feedback I've heard so far that they've not acknowledged in the slightest.
Right.
And I can only assume very much in the same way as like the paths system. It's just hard. So baked in now. It's like deal with it or don't play the game, because that is literally this is what you're working with,
that's what you got. And like it's a shame because that's the same life, the life of any game like this. You'll have the people who are in it for the management, and eventually they'll run out of management-y type things to do, and it'll just be us sandboxers that are left.
Just us trying to break the game.
Yeah,
that's pretty much what we do, right?
Mr. Domez making a roller coaster and
comes
out. It's like, come on, dude.
Like, come on, let's have a couple of months playing the game properly. No, I'm building a roller coaster. All right.
No, we all did. We all tried. Okay, how can I make? What's the next Windows as walls? Because they actually gave us
They gave us Windows as walls. Yeah, they gave us those plastic pieces. Yeah, exactly.
It's the Switch. That's the next piece. It's the Switch.
That little switch. Yeah, that's kind of like the new pipe. Do you know what I would like is a circular one of those, like something I can use for like pipes or like I was building one of those eyeglass. The things that you put like a quarter in and you can look like binoculars.
Yeah.
And I was trying to find something round like that. Like I would have used like the snowman pipe in Planet Coaster. That kind of.
Yeah, the only thing I can think of is there's a banner holder that has a round piece.
Yeah, but it's got that long pipe off it, right?
Yeah, it's got a long.
Yeah, just like a little thing that you could use as something like that would be quite kind of useful. That's kind of the one I'm missing at the minute. Just a few more, but actually a lot of the wood pieces I'm actually really quite happy with. There's a lot of nice wood. Some more metal would be good, but less shiny metal and more plainer metal shapes and stuff would be really quite useful.
The textures are all great. I wish more was recolorable.
Yeah, I agree. I'm gonna cut this here because at 3 o'clock we've got Pulsley coming on, so I need to. So you're welcome to hang around, but I'm gonna.
There's actually a good time for me to say adieu as well because my kid's getting up soon. So.
Okay, cool. I might. This isn't. No, it's Lion, isn't it? I might keep this one and do it as an episode, I think. But for now we're gonna head back and get ready for Paul coming on, because we're gonna do. I don't know if you saw, but he hit 10,000 subscribers the other day. Like, you talk about Mike's growth, Paul has just exploded. Yeah, right? Absolutely. And he did a live stream where basically he said, anything called for, I'll build it in 5 minutes. And it was all terrible, but it was awesome. But it was just really good fun to watch.
Build off, is that what?
Yeah, so that's what we get. So we're both going to do basically whatever's called for. We're both going to try and build it in 5 minutes and compare the two.
That's hilarious.
And see how we get on, just for a bit of fun.
Awesome. Yeah. All right. Well, it's been a blast hanging out with you.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure having you on. Thanks for coming on and chatting and stuff and helping out towards a good cause. So,
yeah, I'll probably once I'm done here, I'll hop in and make my own donation. So
bless you. Thank you. All right, cool. Everyone say bye to Mass. I'm going to put his channel in the description. If you haven't already, you need. Excuse me, I'm trying to eat sweets and talk at the same time. You need to be chatting. You need to be going and watching MaskedBandit stuff. If you like my stuff, you're going to love his. Very similar kind of.
You've been watching Mike Sheets, but not me. Come on now.
Yeah, what's going on? But yeah, no, we've got a similar sort of, we go for this, sort of detailed, realistic look but we do have a slightly more of a fuck it, that'll do mentality than some of the others.
Yep.
So you want something that's maybe a little bit more attainable. Masked is definitely one to go and check out and watch. Cool. Right, cheers, John.
Well, I appreciate it. All right, talk to you later, man.
Well, bye now.
Bye.